and we'll make our way around the graveside. Okay, Peter, with permission, may we proceed?
Please do.
Thank you. Thank you. Gentlemen, thank you. Thank you, gentlemen. Nice and steady now, please. If you want to thread your tapes through, please. And neatly roll them. Do bring them together around as close as we can, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
You're welcome to lock this side as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to hand you over to Peter Legg. Thank you.
Oh. Well, we meet here today to honour and pay tribute to the life of Simon and to express our love and admiration for him. When we first started planning Simon's funeral, we really thought that there might only be half a dozen of us present. So it's a tribute to how many lives Simon touched, that even in these difficult and strange times, and given the weather, that there were quite so many people here today. Simon was not old, and the fact that you are here representing so many different aspects of his life shows just how much he lived life to the full. He had a career dedicated to the National Railway Network. He was deeply involved in the early days of the preserved Great Central Railway. He was the stage manager for the Falcon Players Theatre Company. He was part owner of a 70-foot narrowboat, and he had many interests, including computing, meteorology, beer, gin, and of course he strongly supported his partner Stuart, buried just beside us here, in his many interests, including the Leicester Civic Society and the many other organisations that Stuart was chairman or secretary or general do-gooder of. Today we have a number of people who are going to pay tribute to Simon, and there will be an opportunity for anyone not on the list but who wishes to share their thoughts or experiences to say a few words. And we are also joined by live streaming, hopefully, by friends across the world who could not be here with us today. So hopefully they can both see and hear at least part of what is going on. First of all, we're going to start with a piece of music, which was one of Simon's favourites, and during which we might all reflect on what Simon meant to us and what has brought us here today. So we're going to listen to the House Martins singing Caravan of Love.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for the time of your life? It's time to stand up and fight. It's alright, it's alright. Hand in hand we'll take a caravan to the motherland. One by one, we're gonna stand up with pride. One that can't be denied. Stand up, stand up. From the highest mountain valley low, we'll join together with hearts of gold. Now the children of the world can see this is a better place for us to be. The place in which we were born, so neglected and torn apart. Every woman, every man, join the caravan of love. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Everybody take a stand. Join the caravan of love. Stand up, stand up, stand up. I'm your brother. Your brother, don't you know? She's my sister. She's my sister, don't you know? We'll be living in a world of peace. The day when everyone is free. Bring the young and the old, won't you let your love flow from your heart? Every woman, every man, join the caravan of love. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Everybody take a stand. Join the caravan of love. Stand up, stand up, stand up. I'm your brother. Your brother, don't you know? She's my sister. She's my sister, don't you know? I'm waiting for the passion. He's coming. Are you ready? He's coming. Are you ready? He's coming. Are you ready? Better get ready. You better get ready. You better get ready. You better get ready.
And now Sue Phelps, Simon's sister-in-law, is going to say a few words.
Speaking on behalf of our family, we've known Simon for many, many years. And as his friendship with Stuart grew, he became more and more part of our family. Stuart had a knack of recruiting the family into many of his ventures, so we were alongside Stuart and Simon regularly. My mum and dad shared family holidays with them on equanimity, exploring the canal system. Simon's friendship with Stuart grew to companionship and later partnership. They say opposites attract, and they did seem so opposite in so many ways that they actually complemented each other and supported each other perfectly, sharing many interests while still maintaining a level of independence. Simon was a really easy guy to get on with. We will miss meeting him for a pint and a chat. He has had a few tough years with ill health, taking its toll on both of them actually. But I know they both always looked to be positive. They lived their lives in a full way that they wanted to. Not long after Stuart passed away, Simon decided to buy the plot here next to Stuart. He said it would make Stuart very happy, and I thought that was a lovely thing to say and do. The family would like to thank everybody for coming today. We know Simon would appreciate it. We'd also like to give some extra thanks to Peter and Phil, who stepped up to help us over the last couple of weeks. And again, that would bring a huge smile from Simon and Stuart, because they were true friends indeed.
Thank you, Sue. And next I call upon Dave Cobley on the Great Central Railway, of which Simon was a member for so many years.
Well, my memories of Simon are all Great Central. Great Central Railway and the Great Central Hotel. Of course, I don't remember first meeting Simon. It was just there. That's how they they're just there. You don't remember me. But he was a professional railwayman, of course, amongst the railway amateurs, and was able to use his expertise to help us. He worked on the technical centre at Derby, this is Railway Technical Centre, and he'd been involved in the tilting trains, which never happened sadly, and he was involved in the Channel Tunnel arrangement. He was involved in testing high-speed trains in tunnels, and he was working at Chipping Sudbury Tunnel, which is 2 miles long down in Gloucestershire. So he was obviously highly professional, and then at the same time he was working with the oldest kind of railway still, steam train, and he used his experience of work there. He wanted timetable, and he could arrange things. We had a lot of well-arranged events at the railway to keep us on. But I think my best memories of Simon are the social side. I would never be a drinker, but one hot, steamy day at the railway, we were finishing and tea time after tea, and Simon said, "Shall we go to a pub?" Well, I didn't want to argue. So we went down to the Great Central Hotel. That was the first time I ever took a drink. And he said, "What will you have?" And I didn't know. Have a pint of Springfield biscuit. So I bought a pint of Springfield biscuit. And I can assure you, it was huge. And I've been very fond of a pint of beer ever since. Thank you, Simon. You brought me a lot of enjoy. Other things led from there. Every Saturday evening after railway services finished, we gathered at the Great Central Hotel. And we had a favourite corner table. It wasn't just a tell. Half the railway was there. It was absolutely wonderful. A great evening occasion. And we had the social side of the railway that was stacked in them, which Simon arranged. One classic occasion he arranged it and didn't drive on time. When he was working on the tunnel job, and he eventually arrived and he said, "Where have you been?" I said, "I've been stuck in sodding Chipburn." another great occasion for us. 5 of us went out on a boat that he hired along with Jeff Goodwin. We set off from Middlewick and had a long weekend on this boat. And I remember the beautiful Sunday lunch that Simon took. It was absolutely magnificent. And it was these occasions, the friendship, the warmth, the laugh, the joy that I shall always remember.
If I can just add to that, I think Simon was responsible for many of us having our first pint, or indeed even the bottles of pedigree in the railway mess room in the days when we were too young to go down to the pub. It led us into so many troubles. And now on a railway theme, Phil Taylor is going to read the poem From a Railway Carriage by Robert Louis Stevenson.
Faster than fairies, faster than witches, bridges and houses, hedges and ditches, and charging along like troops in a battle, all through the meadows, the horses and cattle, all of the sights of the hill and the plain, fly as thick as driving rain, and ever again in the wink of an eye, painted stations whistle by. Here is a child who clambers and scrambles, all by himself and gathering brambles. Here is a tramp who stands and gazes, and there is the green for stringing the daisies. Here is a cart run away in the road, lumping along with man and load. And here is a mill, and there is a river, each a glimpse and gone forever.
And now another member of the Great Central Railway, but on this occasion wearing his Falcon player's hat, Mark Hill.
I would add first of all, it wasn't just Saturday nights at the Great Central Hotel that the railway returned together. It seemed to have been most Sunday nights, as we said possibly as well. I think I said, as well as the involvement in the Great Central Railway, Simon was also an active member of the Falcon Players for many, many years. Simon joined Falcon Players in 1977 and very quickly established himself as the regular stage manager, a position he held for a good many years until work commitment made it more difficult to commit to carrying on that role. There's quite a connection between the Great Central Railway and the Falcon Players, and it seems, and it certainly was in my case, that you only have to express the mildest of interest in getting involved in amphitheatre, and before you know it, you have a new hobby. So it's certainly the case with me, but something that brought me over the years an awful lot of enjoyment, camaraderie, not just with a group of Great Central volunteers, but also with the wider group, so not much enjoyment we have over the years. We know that there's several of us that work on the Great Central that form part of the backstage team here today. Others can't make it, but hopefully we can follow up with some of these under the way. Simon had a keen technical mind and many times brought those skills to bear in solving problems to enable the show to go on. The role of stage manager is something of a guiding hand to coordinate all the elements of the show, the cast, the technical side and raising the tempo to ensure that everything runs smoothly. Well, it's a theory, it shouldn't always happen, or things don't always go exactly to plan, for all sorts of reasons, but that's where the laughs came, and Phil had some fun along the way.
I'll just ask if there's anybody else who would like to share a memory of Simon with us before we go any further. Hopefully we've covered most of his life, albeit wistfully. Sue has another reading for us. We're going to read an extract from The Little Prince by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry.
I'm glad you said that.
Exupéry? Right.
Simon, as many of you have said, was really interested in technology. He actually ran his own weather station from home, so I'm not sure what he's just looking at the moment about today's weather. He had a drone. He was interested in travel himself, so I've tried to put the reading that just ticks those buttons a little bit for us, and he'd enjoy the text. The Little Prince was a traveller from an asteroid millions of miles away. His journey took him through time and space until he eventually landed on planet Earth. He landed in the middle of the Sahara Desert, where he met a young man who crashed in his plane. They became companions. From their chats, the Little Prince learned the true meaning of friendship and love, concepts he had no understanding of before. After a year, the time came for the Little Prince to leave. "You need to let me go," he said. "I need to go alone, and you must not be sad. It is the way it has to be. All men see stars, but they're not the same thing to different people. For some who are travellers, the stars are guides. For some, there are no more than little lights in the sky. For others who are scholars, they are problems. For a businessman, they are wealth. But all of these stars are silent. You alone, will have the stars as no one else has them. In one of the stars, I will be living. In one of them, I will be laughing. And so it will be for you. It will seem that all the stars are laughing. You alone will have the stars that laugh. Time soothes all sorrows, and you will be content that you knew me, and we were friends. You will want to open your window wide and laugh with me into the night sky. I will also look at the stars. The laughter will sound like 500 million little bells ringing. So do not be sad. We will meet again at night and laugh in each other's company yet again." The young man went home. He never told the story of the Little Prince, though he never forgot his friend. Often he could be seen looking up at the night sky with his memories, smiling and even laughing.
And now, as we have the final interment, we're going to listen to another of Simon's favourite pieces of music, Non, je ne regrette rien, by Edith Piaf.
Simon, your life we honour, your departure we accept, and your memory we will cherish forever. Bless now in the days that you served with us, in peace, love and harmony. Just think of me as one at rest. For me you should not weep. I have no pain, no troubled thoughts, for I am just asleep. The living thinking me that was, is now forever still, and life goes on without me now, as time forever will. If your heart is heavy now, because I've gone away, dwell not long upon it, friend, for none of us can stay. Those of you who liked me, I sincerely thank you all. But those of you who loved me, I thank you most of all. And in my fleeting lifespan, as time went rushing by, I find some time to hesitate, to laugh, to love, to cry. Matters it now if time began, or if time will ever cease. I was here, I used it all, but now I rest in peace.
Thank you very much for attending, everybody, in this awful weather. Can I remind you that we are going to gather again at the Cedars Hotel in Loughborough, where you will need to wear a mask in order to enter the building. But once we're sat at the tables that the staff will allocate us to, you can remove your mask and food and drink will be served. So I do hope as many of you as are able to will come and join us back at the hotel, where hopefully it will be a little drier.
Okay. And on behalf of all of you here, can I just thank you, Peter, for putting together such a lovely, comforting service, and to all those who shared memories of Simon as well. If I could just extend my sincere best wishes to each and every one of you for the future. Take care. God bless. So, thank you. Has everything been okay for you? Needless to say, everything will be attended to. Sorry, just it's been lovely to see you all be under this hat. David, lovely to see you again as well. All right, you keeping well, yeah?